Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. We are 14 days to the Louisville Street Rod Nationals, and we got a lot done today, and we're actually getting pretty close. So let me show you what we got. You can see her behind me, and kind of walk you around. It finally stopped raining, so we can actually open a garage door and get something going here. So let me show you what we have. All right. Our 1973 Volkswagen thing, looking all pretty. Now, mind you, this is really dirty, lots of sand and fingerprints and dust and everything else, but she still looks good. We got our emblem in. I think I showed you that the other day, but thought it looked pretty cool. One big thing that happened today, we got the brakes bled. We're looking really good there. So we have brakes, which is great. I got a little bit of adjusting to do on the steering arms, and then really the only thing left to do is, which is we're going to do tomorrow, is to put the speedometer cable in. I got to drill a hole right about where the yellow tape is, and go ahead and get that in, and then we'll be looking good there. You guys can see this here. Get you a good shot of her. She's looking pretty. We tomorrow, supposedly at some point, the speakers are supposed to show up. I bought, hopefully they fit. I bought 4 6.5s, Memphis 6.5 coaxials. The PRX, they're the shallow version, so they're only, I think, 1.89 inches deep. So that should help our case here. They're gonna go there, right here, and then the kick panels. Now there is a speaker that I'll have to still buy that goes that hole up there under the dash, right under the glove box. But I just haven't got that far. So hopefully tomorrow I'm putting speakers in. That'd be cool. And really happy with the progress here. I did get the fuse panel in, actually in with the clip and all the things. I think the emergency flasher relay goes there. The other one, I think it's the headlight dimmer switch or something to that effect, relay. I've got it all wired up. Both of them are actually all wired up. I just got to figure out where it goes. I haven't been able to find any decent photos of that. I have some of the wires that go to the speedometer, which Mike is shipping out hopefully tomorrow or the next day. And then I've got the other wires here marked and ready to go that go into the the emergency flasher switch. So I ran into a weird problem here. Maybe you guys can help me with this. If you can, if anybody can link a picture, that'd be amazing. I need to know what the ports are, the port numbers on the emergency flasher, the hazard lights. I know what wires go to what ports, but on the actual switch there are no numbers, and when you look at this switch it's straight down like this. Now I know where left and right are, but 15, 30, the plus sign, the 31 and a 49A, I don't know where they're at. I know where they're physically at. I don't know which ones are which. As far as I know, 49A here could actually be where 15, I don't know, right? So rather than guess, I'm hoping someone can help me out here. I just need that emergency flasher, basically switch. Somebody just to flip theirs over and take a picture for me would be amazing, so that I can actually see what I've got here, because that is the one thing holding me up right now, short of this, of the speedometer, which is coming. Otherwise, I've tested out and wired up all the headlights, turn signals, horn, pretty much we're wired up here on the fuse panel. This is good, this is good, this is hooked up. Headlight switch is hooked up. Horn button, I got most of them so far. I've got a couple I got to run, but they go over here. I'll be doing that first thing in the morning. All of this is wired up. This doesn't exist. So we're getting there. Not crazy but about it, but I think we're pretty good. I've tested continuity on all the wires. I've personally checked, as Ron has as well, every single inch of every single wire in here, and I think we're good at this point. I've got a couple harnesses still to hook up. This one, which goes to the ignition on the steering column. I got to hook that up, which clearly I can't put that in there. So what we're doing is we got a bunch of wire. You see the yellow inside the car. I got red over here. We got green. We've got black somewhere. Black's right there. We're making any harness that doesn't exist at this point, and there's a few, especially from like the fuse panel to over to here, or you know, just short little runs. What we're doing is just making our own, but with the correct colors, so that anybody that gets into this down the road will be able to do this. So like this one is red, this one is gray, yellow, white, black. I mean, it's all right. If you look here, red, gray, yellow, white, black, right? So trying to do it right. Pretty excited about it, actually. I think tomorrow, if I have any luck, I'm hoping to get the rest of this wired up the best I can, minus the speedometer and the radio, of course, and go ahead and try and see if we can't start testing some things here. Maybe start thinking about putting a fuel tank in it, and kind of going from there. Finishing up with a little bit of work I got under the hood, and then get the gas tank installed, get some fuel in this pig, and see if we can't fire it up with a key. And maybe start thinking by the end of the week, or into the weekend, maybe driving this thing around the neighborhood. That would be cool. My wife, who's absolutely friggin' amazing, she has these great ideas. And I know I'm showing the license plate, don't rob me, okay? She made these license plate frames. Brown's Rod and Custom. It's got our YouTube channel on the bottom. So we got our license plate on here, which I think is pretty slick, and we got our frame on it, and we're legal for less and all the things. So pretty happy with that. And guys, I'm gonna hype this every time I make a video, because I think it's gonna be pretty cool and you guys might like it. She has been working for weeks now on a video in her spare time, which she doesn't really have. She's a CAT scan tech and works a million hours. But she's doing a video on the history of the Volkswagen thing, going back to World War II and Hitler and Porsche and the 182, the 181s, the NATO version, all of that. She's got pictures and she's done all kinds of stuff. And so she wants to do basically narrate a video and talk to you guys and tell you about the history of these that she's found so far, and I think it's pretty cool. So when that comes out, I'd really appreciate it if you took a peek at it. It will probably be a long video. It might be 20-30 minutes, I don't know. But it should be pretty informative. And for those of you that are wondering about things, this might be a really good way to learn about things. Because I know she's talking about the different motors, the different, where they've been used, the different types, she's done all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, kind of slick. But anyway, guys, that's what I've got for you tonight. It's really been a wiring day, but we're close. You know, we're actually getting close. I really do think tomorrow I should be able to have these panels, everything taped up, heat shrink done, cleaned up. I mean, that's a tall order, but I think I should be able to have most of that or all of that done tomorrow or the next day, and be putting speakers in this thing and wiring up the radio and doing all that kind of stuff, waiting on the speedo to get here, speedometer, and put the glove box doors in and all of those things, and go from there. But I wanted you guys to see, you know, I tell you, from this angle, this is my favorite angle of this car. Right here. Right there. When we put that emblem on, the VW, the black VW emblem, it changed it. I know that sounds weird, but it changed it. It kind of brought it all together. It was definitely missing something there, and that was it. But man, it looks really good. I can't wait to get the wheels back on it and get it back on the ground. I've never seen it outside with a hood and a windshield frame on it and glass in it. I've only seen it jacked up in the garage, so it'll be cool to see the stance with all of it together. And hell, maybe we'll realistically right now, the turn signals are hooked up, the tail lights are hooked up on both ends, the headlights are hooked up, they're just not plugged in. Front turn signals, headlight switch, all of that's hooked up. Ignition will be hooked up. Everything on the column will be hooked up. The washer, the wiper stuff, that'll probably be end of the week kind of thing. I'm just kind of waiting on that till the end. I want to get all this other work done first and then mess with that. Yeah, it should be interesting to see it, you know. And when I do test this, I'll bring you guys along. Let you see it and, you know, understand what we did and didn't do and all the things and why we did what we did and so on and so forth. And yeah, kind of neat. We got a really good brake pedal, boys. Really good. Throttle works great, I think. I mean, it feels good. Clutch I need to tighten up a little bit, but otherwise I'd say this weekend there's a very high chance that by Saturday or Sunday we're taking our first drive around the neighborhood in this thing. And if we do that, I will absolutely bring you along and show you how it goes. And you know, you always expect a problem, right? I mean, there will be noises, there will be something not working correctly. You might only make it 3 feet, you know, the clutch doesn't engage, whatever. And then you're back in the garage jacking it up, fixing those problems, but that's just the nature of the beast. But I feel as if this might be okay. I think suspension wise we're good. I think steering wise we're good. I really think brake wise we should be pretty good. If anything, we might just have to bleed them one more time. But I think, I mean, we got a really good pedal in it. I can't spin these drums at all with all my might. And feels like it'll stop on a dime and give you change. So see where it goes, you know. And, you know, the engine, hopefully all that works out well. We know it runs. We've had it running before. You guys have seen all of that. But again, anything can happen. See what it looks like. I've never heard it with this exhaust, neither has anybody actually. So that'll be interesting to see what it sounds like, to hear what it sounds like. And yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. Tomorrow's going to be more wiring, speedometer cable, getting all that stuff figured out, which shouldn't be a big deal. And then hopefully at some point we'll get speakers, and maybe we'll start playing with the radio a little bit if we get everything else buttoned up here. And start testing some lights and things and making this thing alive. And I'm going to be honest, the last that I saw that this was ever titled and licensed on the road was 94. So it hasn't worked since 1994 as far as we know. Let's just call that the last time that this thing actually was on the road. So that's a long time. So being able to make all this actually, you know, work again and be a living, breathing Volkswagen thing again is just really exciting. It's the reason we do it, saving these things. And I'll be honest, I've never driven a thing. I've never ridden in a thing. I have no idea, you know, which is where a lot of this has been a little, you know, it's confusing. You're looking at it going, how the hell where do these go, right? The relays and all that. We didn't have relays. I mean, this was a big pile of wires hanging here and another pile over here, and then there was another one back here. I mean, it was crap. There were no floors. There was nothing here. So It's been a fun build. I'll be honest, if I built Volkswagen things for a living, which I guess technically I'm doing right now, I think I could probably build them pretty quick at this point. Now that I know the answers to the questions that I've had, where to get the parts and what I need to do and what I can't do and this, that, and the other, this would go, I could probably build this car in 4 months if I had a better body. Okay, I like floors, not worried about floors, that was nothing. But as far as if I had a better body that didn't have all the problems that this had, and actually had more parts, I think just literally availability of parts that came on it, we were missing everything. You know, what we did have was pretty much rusted off. The hood was rusted all through here. It was terrible. This panel was gone to here. The windshield frame was rotted off here and most of the bottom, and terrible, just absolutely terrible. Holes in the doors. Most of these are new doors that I got off the Samba and from Mike and this, that, and the other places. Deck lid came from Uncle Billy Bob. The hood came from a guy in Miami when I bought the frame for the Super Beetle convertible. He had that there and I said, absolutely, I need that. Send it. So, yeah. Windshield frame came from Arizona, from Phoenix, a guy in Phoenix. Rear fenders came from a guy about, I don't know, not too far away from here, 10 minutes away. Because when I got it, it had the 2-inch wider rear fenders. Crazy. So, lots of stuff. Front beam came from a guy in Claremont. You know, a lot of stuff came from J-Bugs and Fisher Buggies. I was there again today, actually, at Fisher Buggies, where I bought the license plate bracket, the Impy license plate bracket, believe it or not. I was standing there. I was making one final round, and I was looking, and I said, I think that's the right holes. They're actually right here. There's 2 holes right here in the deck lid for a license plate frame, or bracket, and I thought, shit, that might work. It was like $8, so I bought it, and man, it literally was perfect. It was exactly the right one, so that was great. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that and go inside and see my wife finally. But thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. Hope you guys like what you're seeing. Again, tomorrow, brakes, speedometer cable, you know, final adjustments on the suspension. Maybe start dabbling. It'll probably be a lot of wiring, but maybe also be dabbling on the fuel tank and trying to see if we can't get that figured out. And maybe test some of this stuff, which would be cool. Speakers show up tomorrow. I bought really good speakers. So I went as big as I thought I could physically put in here and not be weird and actually fit. So it should have a decent little sound system in it. So that could be fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And please like and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you tomorrow morning.